Bruce, Frederick. Good to see you. John, Kenneth, Lee, Mario, Ronald, Trevor. Thank you for joining me. My name's Rory Powers. I'm with Right Line Trading, and welcome. Welcome. Thanks for your time. Let's go ahead and get started. This presentation is on the AI Auto Trader, and today happens to be the kickoff of our Black Friday special. So it's a great time to come aboard, and I'm going to show you why. Let's get the alphabets of the federal government out of our hair. The CFTC specifically. This broadcast is for demonstration, educational purposes only. I am not a licensed financial advisor. If you're not familiar with the risks associated with trading, it's always a good idea to consult with a professional, somebody who can advise you of the risks. And I'd like to start the presentation, with a testimonial. And I think that this testimonial really hits home, not only because it's 100% genuine, but I always talk to traders that they're not very familiar with futures trading or with prop trading or automated systems. We find that we have our members are from an assortment of experience levels, anywhere from the newbie to the professional trader. Marcy happened to be a newbie, and she sent us this absolutely beautiful and genuine testimonial. And what the testimonial says is basically that she came to Right Line Trading completely green, had never traded futures, had never traded a prop account. This was her first go at it. And her experience was incredible, really. Her learning curve was shortened significantly. Within the first 60 days of coming to Right Line Trading and using the AI Auto Trader, she was able to get 16 funded accounts through Apex Trader Funding within 60 days. And she had never taken a futures trade in her life, had no idea what a futures contract even was. So with this fully automated system, and really with the guidance of our community of traders, our staff, our tools, she was able to significantly shorten the curve, the learning curve, and achieve incredible results. So, Marcy, congratulations to the success that you've had. And really here, our team at Right Line Trading, it's not just me flipping the switches, pulling the levers. I'm part of a really experienced team, and our team's mandate is really to develop innovative trading strategies that help predict the future direction of price. We use this information to give our members an edge over all other retail traders. And let's be real about this. We're in a battle. I like to do an analogy of going to war or battle because we're really at battle with the other retail traders. And it's a good idea to have a system that provides you with an edge over your competition. The Right Line Trading team, I want to recognize them very briefly. We have 3 professional traders on staff. Our futures traders are Mr. Craig Emery. Our prop trader is Mr. David Kushner. And we have a professional options trader, Mr. David Wise. Behind the desks, we've got a handsome, educated, experienced crew. Mr. Brock Miller, he's my right-hand man. Does everything, a little bit of everything here. He's a college student getting his degree in computer science. We have Mr. Charles Sider, a UCLA. It reminds me of that song by the Village People, YMCA. Charles is has his master's degree from UCLA. He is a software engineer through and through. He's got the engineer's blood running through his veins. Very meticulous. He makes sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. Sergio Luque Rodriguez resides down here in South Florida. He has his master's degree in computer science. Extremely talented software developer. Man, this guy is good. I've been working with Sergio for a number of years here. And, first with Mark Sachs, he was, coding mathematical modeling and, complex algorithmic formulas into code. And now we've, kind of moved into the next generation with artificial intelligence. And we collaborated really with an AI lab because nobody really knew how to code that into Ninja Trader language. That collaboration paid off because Sergio now is proficient. He's an expert at integrating artificial intelligence into the Ninja Trader coding language. So he's really a valuable asset of the company's. And the owner of Right Line Trading, the team is led by Mr. Mark Miller. By the way, Sergio, I want to share his credentials. He also has a master's degree in software engineering, computer science. Mark Miller has his MBA from Cal State. He's a U.S. Army vet. And, talk about the perfect handoff. Mark Miller purchased the company from Mark Sachs a few years back. Mark Sachs was, what a walking encyclopedia. What can I say? One of the smartest guys I know, or I'll probably ever meet. He, built this beautiful foundation of a trading system of indicators that are all based on mathematical modeling. And he kind of sold the company a couple years ago to Mark Miller, and he kind of passed the baton off to Mark, who happens to have his MBA, and his background is in automation and robotics. He's also an engineer. So Mark Miller's a U.S. Army vet. It was a perfect handoff. And what Mark has brought to the table is really incredible. Not only his experience with robotics and automation, but he brings those core military values to the team: honesty, transparency, integrity, and brought it to the forefront. And it's found its way into every department here at Right Line Trading. So we're really excited about the future and moving forward. And along the way, over the years, we've built a great community of traders, as I mentioned, of all experience levels that all collaborate with one another. Listen, we're all in this together on this trading journey. And, it's not like the brochures say, like when you take a vacation, the travel agency gives you a brochure of these beautiful destinations with flawless accommodations. And you open the door and you're a little taken aback because it's not what you expected. And that's kind of how I think of our trading journey. We get these emails that promises us these fortunes and treasure very quick and easy. And we jump in head first only to bump our heads a few times and say, hey, it's not what the brochure had said. So it's important to be part of a community of traders, not only to learn what's working, but sometimes I always say what I think is even more important is to learn what's not working, and we can avoid those speed bumps and pitfalls. So that's our team at Right Line Trading. A little bit about the voice that you hear behind the microphone here. My name's Rory Powers. I'm a Syracuse University graduate. I've been with Right Line Trading for about 10 years now. And my passion really is not only trading the financial markets, but saltwater fishing. But my best catch, my biggest prize, is my beautiful family. We reside in South Florida. I have a beautiful wife, two beautiful children. This was just when was it? Thursday. This was October 31st on Halloween. Right outside my front door. We set out the candy and had a few pumpkins, and you can see my little one with her lollipop. And the kids just absolutely loved Halloween and going around and collecting candy. They both dressed up as little fairy princesses. So that was really God bless me, I must say. My wife is an RN, and she always reminds me that really health and fitness is, has to have a priority in our lives because our time is so limited here. So having an RN is very good to have, and she's a beautiful woman, and I'm a blessed man. And this is a picture of a recent fishing trip. Mark Miller, the owner of the company, Sergio Luque, and myself went down to the Keys, and we caught some beautiful grouper and snapper and a few other yummies. And this restaurant right here in the background, when you get in from the boat, they actually cook the fish up fresh, and it was a great day with Sergio and Mark. So enough about me. Let's get to the AI auto trader. And the genesis of the AI auto trader was really the lack of consistency in our trading. I could say for one, and I like to put myself in the first person. I I like to make my presentation when I'm talking about failures. I like to emphasize mine. I never like to see somebody pointing the finger. So I'm really the biggest culprit of suffering from these lack of consistency issues that we have. And, when I first heard about emotional problems, you must have some emotional issues. I thought of a guy sitting or laying back on his psychiatrist's couch with his feet kicked up, telling the good doctor where and when it all went wrong in his life, and at first I couldn't relate to that. But then come to find out, after listening to a very distinguished speaker, his name was Chris Vermeulen at an investor summit. Chris did a study on human personalities and emotions as it relates to trading. And come to find out, these emotional issues that we refer to in trading are not like the same things as what you would think about seeing a psychiatrist for. Although there were plenty of times I wanted to. I was that frustrated. But Chris Vermeulen's study, he identified that there's about 10 to 12 personalities that all of us humans share. These human emotions and personalities, and we all have these core 10 traits, just at different percentages and degrees. Yeah, there's the analytical, the driver, the emotional. There's about 10 core personality traits. We all have a certain percentage of each variation of these traits. Well, come to find out after listening to Chris that 95% of these personality traits just don't lend well to being a good disciplined trader. So listen, if you suffered from squeezing your stop or entering trades too quickly or just making decisions that are completely based on emotions rather than the technicals, you are not alone. 95% of traders have the same challenges as you and I do. We also maybe had purchased trading systems that just weren't as described. They weren't as promised. Mark always used to say he was seduced. I was seduced into buying this system only to trade it and find out that it just didn't help me. Or who knows, maybe we just lack a proven trading methodology. But the good Lord knows that it all leads to the same cold, desolate place of blowing out our trading accounts. And man, I tell you, I've probably blown out 10 or 12 trading accounts, gone to bed at night talking to myself because I just couldn't gain any kind of consistency. I'd have 2 or 3 days or maybe a week that I could string together some good trades. And I thought I had finally turned the corner in my trading career, only to find myself back to blowing another trading account. And let me tell you, this is the genesis of the AI auto trader. And it has been my team's commitment. And we've started on this journey about 1.5 years or 2 years ago with this specific system. And it has been our commitment to bring these challenges of inconsistency to an end. because you know how it feels after you've had a bad day of trading and things just didn't go as planned. So we've narrowed it down to two things that we believe are going to create trading success. Number one, you have to have the proper tool set if you're going to be trading the financial markets. Listen, you're going up against very savvy traders that are putting their money on the line, and they're going to come to battle with the best thing that they could find. So it's important that you're up to date with the most technologically advanced trading system and software that can provide you with an edge when you're competing against the other retail traders. And if you're anything like me who suffers from these human emotional issues, then ideally we need a software, a tool, a trading system or strategy that can automatically get us in and out without making these human errors. And that's how the AI Auto Trader was born. Listen, we're in the midst, if you didn't know, of an AI revolution. And I've heard other, professionals in this industry refer to it. Just the other day, I heard Oscar Carboni. He had mentioned this is an AI revolution. The likes of it is like the automobile, like the wheel itself. And I truly believe that we're just scratching the surface of the full capabilities of this technology. I've heard about it for a few years. A few years ago, you heard Nancy Pelosi, her husband Paul, had sold, $1 million or $1 billion of stock in one company and shifted it to NVIDIA a few years back. When I heard it, I first thought, wow, this guy's crazy. He's going with that company. Aren't they in a different country? And I just didn't want to believe in the technology that maybe robots were going to take over the future of our workforce. And I didn't buy into it. But recently I listened to the CEO of NVIDIA. His name is Huang. And he talked about how his company had 95% of the market share of the upcoming chips that they were building, the technology that it was going to be advancing to. And it absolutely blew my mind. The capabilities and what's coming for the future is all based on AI. And you could see the shares of their stock. And really, all of these major AI companies are just going through the moon, and for good reason. So the benefits from using artificial intelligence, well, it eliminates all of those human emotional errors that we make as traders. There's no more overthinking or hesitating on a perfect trade. Your stop and your profit target is going to be placed in the most ideal position based on the current market environment. If it's a trending market, you'll have more ambitious profit targets. If it's a choppy or a sideways market, you're going to have your profit targets moved way in. So it's going to dynamically change the position of your stop and your profit targets based on the current market environment. So there's no more mismanaging trades and there's no more over trading. It's not going to jump into a trade on a hunch or a feeling that it's going to go our way. All of the rules for the execution have to be established. So just to lay a little bit of a foundation, a lot of people always ask me, hey, what platform does this run on? This is a fully automated trading strategy that runs on the NinjaTrader 8 platform. Who can trade it? Well, if you're a prop trader, if you have a prop trading company, a broker, a prop broker that supports the NinjaTrader platform, you're good to go. The NinjaTrader brokerage, IB, Global Futures, NinjaTrader brokerage, as long as they support the NinjaTrader platform, you're in business. Okay. So this is a fully automated strategy. Once it's enabled, The system will execute and manage the positions on your behalf. And if you're a prop trader, stick around because I'm going to be going over our customized 1-day pass templates to get you over and through the evaluation. And then once you get funded, we go super conservative and we have our PA account templates. You have to excuse me. You know, this past week I had a case of laryngitis, and on Wednesday I'd completely lost my voice. And you know, the good Lord was telling me something. He said, "You know what? Maybe you're talking too much. You need to take a few days and just listen." And it was a good experience, I'll tell you. So let's keep going. I want to get into a little bit of the technology, kind of the minutia, the logic that runs this system, because it's a little different than what you've seen in automation in the past. The biggest knock on automated strategies has always been that once market conditions change, the system becomes inconsistent. It might be good during a trending market, but if the market starts getting choppy or ranging, it just doesn't do well. So that's always been the biggest knock with automated systems. So the system that I'm going to show you is a solution to that issue. This is a system that self-optimizes its own inputs. So there's no more optimizing your own settings, changing parameters. It's all done dynamically for you with this logic. It's going to continuously optimize your stop, the position of your stop and profit targets. And it's also going to optimize the trading hours that you trade during. We have some really interesting technology on how we do that. We also have a very powerful candlestick pattern recognition. It's a machine learning system. The market is has very symmetrical, geometrical candlestick patterns that repeat themselves throughout the trading day. The system learns which of these candlestick patterns are going to, it recognizes when they appear, and it knows from past data what the next outcome is going to be, whether it should exit the trade or go ahead and enter a trade based on those candlestick pattern formations. So it's a very sophisticated system. It has self-adjusting dynamic trading hours. The logic with this system, each one of our bots runs in tandem with what we call a drone. The bot and the drone both take a trade simultaneously. And the drone, if you think of a drone, you think of something hovering above to get an overall look at the ground of the environment. It gets a full picture of the landscape. That's what the drone is doing for the bot. The two of them are taking a trade together. The drone has very ambitious profit targets, huge profit targets, and a big stop to give it a lot of leeway. And what it's learning is what is the range of the market. In Ninja Trader talk, it's called the maximum adverse excursion versus the maximum forward excursion or favorable excursion. In layman's terms, it's what's the range of the market? What's the average true range? You know, how far is it going to go before it comes back on me? And where should I put my stop in my profit targets in this current trading environment? Listen, being in a very news-driven market, we see it throughout the day. If you look at your Forex Factory calendar, you have these economic news reports that come out, just about every single day. And these institutional traders, these large hedge funds, they monitor those news reports and they react to them instantly. You can go from a sideways choppy market to a market that takes off like a rocket ship and trending in the matter of seconds. So this is a system that's not only going to position your stop and profit targets based on the average true range, but the drone is going to trade 23 hours a day and tell the bot historically what hours of the day it does the best. And it's going to dynamically change those inputs while you're trading during the trading day. To give you an illustration of this, this is the trade performance of a drone that's running 23 hours a day. This is on our 30 range ES strategy. It's the ES 30 range drone in the month of October. And you can see in the month of October, when you put the whole month together, between 8:30 and 11, the system did phenomenal. Then between 11 to about 2:30 or 3, it didn't make out, it didn't fare as well. But then at 3:30, you had this big green bar again. So with this technology in place, the drone ran all 23 hours. But when the bot took the trades, it only took the trades during the times that it consistently did the best. Now, it's not 100%. You can see my 8:30 window here was a loser on the bot, whereas a winner on the drone. So it's not perfect, but look at all of these losing trades that it sidestepped. And the 30 range bot, as we released it to our members, is actually one of our members had shared it with us. He had found the parameters himself. And let me tell you, this strategy is up over $15,000 in the last few months. So this gives you an idea of how the two work together, not only with only trading during the profitable times of the day. You could see here between 11 and 3 or 3:30, it didn't take a trade. And it didn't take a trade because the drone told it, hey, we're losing money during this time. Don't trade on a look back. So that gives you a good indication of how this drone and bot works. It's also telling it where to place its stop and its profit targets. And that candlestick pattern recognition component is also at play. So I always like to go over our hottest strategies. Today's no different. The month of October, trick or treat, Halloween. Happy Halloween, everybody. The system runs a diversified portfolio of strategies. We've got all of the futures index equities covered. What I mean by that is the Dow, the NASDAQ, the S&P 500, the Russell. These are extremely liquid instruments, and these are the future indexes. We've also added in crude oil and gold to diversify the portfolio. Listen, we know that institutions and hedge fund managers, what they're doing is they're rotating their equity from one asset class to the other to take risk off the table. They're looking at these economic reports, and based on the data, they're putting their money in instruments that they deem pose the least amount of risk that will provide them with the most potential reward. So we have our finger on the pulse with a very well diversified portfolio of strategies. But if you've seen my presentations before, the cream always seems to rise to the top. Our hottest strategies, our most consistent strategies are usually the ES and the NASDAQ, okay? And this month, it was really no different. We've got some great strategies on the ES on a few different time frames now. The ES on a 5-minute, we have a 30 range, and we also have a 6 Unirenko. The ES 5-minute from October 1st to October 31st, trading just one contract, was up $2,843 in the month of October. Now that's trading just one contract. It ran about a 50% win rate. The reason why it does well is because our risk to reward ratio is always leaned in our favor. We've developed some really clever ways to have ambitious profit targets, but to lock in profits along the way. So if we don't go the full excursion, we're still going to be able to lock in, even if it's a nominal gain, it's not going to be a loss. So that's the 5-minute in the month of October, $2,843.91, trading just one contract. Our new release has proven to be a very good decision. I always say, and I started off by alluding to our community of traders. We have a member, his name is Robert. I know it says NQ up here, but it's not the NQ. The first couple of weeks Robert was trading it, he thought it was the NQ. Come to find out, it was running the whole time on the ES. So this is an ES strategy that runs on a 30 range. And this strategy has been crushing it. From September 14th to October 25th, it's up over $15,000. I asked Robert, my 30 range for this week crushed it. It was up another couple thousand. I reached out to Robert to get his, but I haven't heard back from him yet. But I have a feeling it's a couple thousand more than what you're seeing here today. So from September 14th to October 25th, this ES that trades a 30 range bar is up over $15,000. Incredible for just one contract after commissions. The other strategy that consistently does well, that's always on our leaderboard, is our NASDAQ strategies. Oh, thank you, Sandy. That was Chris Vermeulen. That was Chris Vermeulen. Yeah, he's really an extremely intelligent guy. In fact, he was just on the Investors Summit that I watched on, I think it was Thursday. So the retirement plan, the 2-minute NASDAQ is always at the top of our leaderboard, along with a number of other data series or timeframes that we trade on the NASDAQ. From October 1st to October 31st, trading just one contract, this is a strategy that was up $5,297.50. Trading the NASDAQ, $5,297.50, trading one contract after commissions on the NASDAQ. And in just a moment, I'm going to drop my PowerPoint and I want to show you the charts. Now, I always get a few people that want to see a little bit more history, what it looks like on a back test. You know, I really put a lot more weight in forward testing on a live market. However, there is some value to having a a strategy analyzer that can run it on a back test. And we happen to have Robert, who's a member of our community, who's a professional. I'm not going to say what company, but he's with another company in this niche, and he's a professional at the optimization of strategies. I'm telling you, he gave me the permission to record a training session that I did with him and the team. And he showed us over the course of an hour the intense labor that he puts in to optimizing the inputs of these strategy templates. I mean, he's such a valuable commodity for our community. He shares all of his work, all of his templates, he shares them. We have a great channel in our Discord chat where all of these are made available to our members. And he shows them the back tests and he gives them the parameters, and he's just let me tell you, he's a great guy. Anyway, from January 1st to August 15th, this strategy was up $39,050. So what it's doing in real time is very similar to what it did in the back test. Not that far off. Not exact though. So let's talk about the prop trading. Oh my goodness, prop trading. The prop trading, you know, I talked to, you know, some old school traders that I've known forever, and they're like, you know, what is this prop trading stuff? You know, prop trading has burst onto the scene now. It grew exponentially here in the last few years. You know, I remember 10 years ago, you know, in Top Step, first came out, and a few others, it didn't really catch on that fast. And all of a sudden, it was like a wildfire. Um, the main advantage, excuse me for just a second. Let me go slow because, like I said, I'm just recovering from laryngitis. Um, the main benefit of the prop trading is, of course, that we don't risk any of our own capital. This drawback, well, they've turned something that was difficult to begin with even more difficult. And they have a set of rules that they've put into place that we have to abide by in order to get payouts. Well, we've put together a set of templates that we're going to include. This happens to be the kickoff to our Black Friday special. And the Black Friday special not only is going to provide a tremendous discount site-wide, not only on the AI Auto Trader, but site-wide on our website. But it's also going to include all of these add-ons that I'm discussing now. Let's start with the one-day pass templates. These are exclusively, primarily, developed as a very aggressive strategy to take all the blood, sweat, and tears out of an evaluation and passing it in just one trade. I like to show this video because I think it gives you a spirit of what the one-day pass is ultimate goal. So I'm going to show you a very quick video. Don't worry, it's very brief. I know some people get nervous. I go, oh. Let's go to this very short video. I think this is it here. No. Here. So this is Mark on YouTube, and he's taking a NASDAQ trade on a $50,000 account. He's risking 10 contracts to go 62 ticks. 62 ticks, trading 10 contracts on the NASDAQ is about $3,100. So it gets you over the $3,000 hump to pass the evaluation on just one trade. So in this example, he hits the 62 ticks, and he was using a trade copier, so he was able to pass 6 evaluations in just one trade. The one-day pass templates have the time optimization component running, so it's only going to trade the best half hour out of the day. It'll do a 30-day look back on the NASDAQ, and it'll tell you what time of the day, what hour of the day does it have the best chance of winning. And it's only going to execute the trade during that time. And it's going to risk the most amount of contracts for the least amount of ticks in order to pass the evaluation. So, no more blood, sweat, and tears. Statistically, your chances of winning on this our number one-day pass template for the month of October was the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ had a 61% win rate. That strategy was up over $12,000. Now, there's nothing to prevent you from scaling down this one-day pass template and trading just one contract on it and using it for your funded account. You could certainly do that. In fact, that's a very similar to what our PA account template does. But let me stick with the one-day passes. We have in place one-day pass templates for all of the instruments. We post in our Discord chat throughout the week the ones that are winning on the highest percentage. I always like to over-deliver and under-promise. So let's call it 33%. Okay, let's say 33% of these are going to win. That would put you at 1 out of 3. If you buy 3 evaluations, 3 $50,000 evaluations, right now it would cost you about $100. So for $100, you're going to take those those 3 one-day passes, and you're going to get a funded account 1 out of the 3. If all goes well, you may get 2, or who knows, maybe even 3. But I think safely we could say that 1 out of 3 statistically we're very confident with those numbers. So that's the one-day pass templates. Now it's important once you do get a funded account, because there's an additional expense with buying the PA account. Now you're buying the PA account and you want to get some consistency going, and those rules kick in. Those 30% consistency rules and the others that are outlined on their websites, that I really, encourage you, if you're going to prop trade, to learn them. The PA account templates are going to take all of those rules into consideration and automate them so you can't break those rules. Okay, they have the daily drawdown limit, they have a trailing drawdown threshold in them. It acts just like a prop account rules, and it's not going to allow you to take too much risk on any given trade. It allows for steady, consistent gains without an excess amount of risk. So now we want to sustain and maintain that funded trading account and get it to where you're getting payouts every couple of weeks. So the PA account this past month, I had one that was up $2,720 with very little drawdown. The max drawdown on it was $1,100. So from October 1st to October 31st, $2,720 with very little drawdown on that PA account template. Now, another one of our members, Steve, he used our machine learning algorithm to make a new strategy, which we call the NQ Scalper. The NQ Scalper is a scalping bot that leverages this machine learning algorithm and is also available in our full portfolio. From September 23rd to October 11th, it was up $17,000. Steve did so well. Him and his girlfriend, he just sent me a message yesterday. They went on a cruise. So he hasn't been around lately, but he's back now. But he was able to make $17,000 in the last month trading that NQ Scalper. So let's get to the special offer. Okay, so our Black Friday special. A lot of people are concerned, and I think it's a genuine concern, because knowing how other vendors are, a lot of vendors in this niche will deliver something and pat you on the back and shake your hand and wish you well. It's the absolute polar opposite of what your experience will be with us. We're going to provide you with, from the day that you come aboard, with unlimited VIP support. It does include white glove installation, but it goes above and beyond that. It goes on to an unlimited amount of VIP support. And I'm not talking send us an email and we'll send you back a reply of 25 steps that you need a college degree to accomplish. That's not how it works. We're going to remote in onto your computer, and we're going to fix or address any issue that you're having at any time during the course of your membership with Right Line Trading. So unlimited VIP support. In fact, I always like to show this because I mentioned Marcy, but Marcy's not alone. If you go to Trustpilot, you'll find 5-star review after 5-star review about our AI auto trader and our customer support. So we've got excellent reviews, and other members have posted their experience on Trustpilot that you can read. We're going to include for our Black Friday special all of the prop trading templates, those one-day passes, the PA templates, everything is going to be included with this special offer. We have a 2-module masterclass series. Module number 1 goes into each and every one of the indicators that the system leverages. Module number 2 goes into each and every condition and trigger that are part of the automated strategy. It also tells you how you can optimize and build your own strategy. It's not for everybody, but if you are somebody that likes to tinker around, get under the hood, we're going to provide you with all the information that you'll need. You're also going to join us on RLT TV, we call it. We are live every morning on YouTube. We trade the AI Auto Trader. We trade the Money Flow Tracker. We trade the SPY Super System. Throughout the week, you're going to see all of our trading systems on our YouTube channel. So we're not just shaking your hand and wishing you well. We're going to be on the right edge of the market trading with you in real time every morning on YouTube Live. That's transparency right there. So here we go. The good news, Black Friday is here, ladies and gentlemen. I am so excited to be able to offer you this pricing. For the monthly, and this is for the full Monty, it includes everything I've mentioned, everything. The full Monty. It also includes your chart templates, which have an extremely set of powerful indicators that I'm going to show you in just a second. So we have 3 sizes. We have the monthly, the annual, and the lifetime. The monthly normally is $6.99. With coupon code, actually, my associate Brock is putting a link in the chat box now. Don't worry about the coupon codes because we've already embedded them on the link that he's putting into the chat room. You're going to have exclusive access to these Black Friday sales. So the regular price on the monthly is $6.99. Black Friday special, $4.99 a month. A much better value is going to be the annual subscription. Normally it's $3,000. This weekend, save 50%, $14.99 for the whole year. The whole year, you're going to have the whole set of strategies, the whole trading system. You're going to be with us for the whole year on YouTube Live, trading the system. $14.99 for the entire year. If you break that down, it comes out, let's see, it comes out to about $125 a month. And you're going to have the premier auto trading system for the entire year, $14.99 for the year. Lifetime access, if you're somebody that just doesn't like subscriptions, they can get irritating. If you just want to, swallow the pill, I always think of the dentist. The dentist said, hey, it's only going to hurt for a second. It's only going to hurt for a second. And if you do have the means, it is the best value. If you want to have the system for a lifetime, that's a one-time payment. One-time payment, $24.99. $24.99, pay that one time, no recurring charges whatsoever. There will be no maintenance fees, no ongoing fees at all. $24.99, you'll have the full Monty, one-time payment, $24.99. So I just wanted to drop, because I mentioned the discretionary trading. I wanted to drop up and just pull up a chart real quick. This is our scalper strategy here. And you can see the indicators that the system leverages. You have a 30 range chart, you have a 15 range, and you have an 8 Unirenko. This is some of the entries that the system took on Friday. You can see it took a beautiful short entry right here, ran down, stayed in the trade until my 15 EMA changed colors, and it exited on that shift of momentum. So it takes these beautiful trades, will stay in them until that 15 EMA changes colors, and it'll exit on the line change. Last Friday, it ran up the score a couple $1,000s, hit the profit limit, and then stopped trading. So that's how the system will look. If you decide to come aboard, you'll have a chart for every single one of these strategies. So I just like to end the presentation just by showing you a little bit of what our community of traders in our Discord chat group. We really have a beautiful Discord chat group. Once you become a member, there's the general chat. You have the training videos. You have a whole section that has tutorials. You're never going to be in the dark. If you ever have a problem, you can message right in here, and one of our technicians will be with you immediately. We have our prop trading resources, our daily results, where our members post their results. And one of the best channels has turned out to be this strategy collaboration. This is where these members of ours that like Steve and Robert and some of our other members have shared with our community these templates, and they'll drop them right in. Look at these results that Steve got on some of these bots that he made. It's just incredible. And they share everything with our community of traders. They tell you what time of the day it's winning, what time it's losing, and you're never going to be in the dark. You could download the XML files and put them right into your workspace. So you will have access to our Discord chat community. Simon has been having tremendous amount of success. Limit Up. Steve, I showed you just his right now in the Discord chat. Suzanne is another member that's having tremendous amount of success. And one of my favorite testimonials, and I'll make this my last one. I want you to have a great weekend. But listen, we have a member named Gary Sparks. He's a great guy. He's part of a trading group. And Gary, I've known Gary for many years now. And he's a very humble, quiet guy. He's one of these, he's one of these guys that he buys the system and you almost never hear from him again. The only time you hear from him again is, maybe to add something on or, to wish me a happy holiday. He just a great guy, but he's very quiet and humble. But one day, a few weeks ago, we were in YouTube Live, and there was, a prospect, somebody that didn't own the system, that was being courted by a number of different vendors on their automated strategies. That's the facts. We have a lot of competition, and there's a lot of AI, or a lot of bots out there. I don't want to say AI bots, but there's a lot of bots out there. And he kind of told Michael, I think, very valuable information, because Michael asked him, he's curious, what other systems that you have that aren't as good? And he goes down and he names a number of different vendors that he lists right here. And he says that he does run this other vendor's system, but he says that our system kills all of these other vendors. And let me tell you why. The reason why is because of the technology that we've integrated into this system and the customer support that we provide you. 9 times out of 10, people fail just because they're not getting the proper support that they need to be successful. I can't tell you how many people that I talk to that have purchased from other vendors that just have no idea how to even set up what they've bought. So, listen, and I say it from the bottom of my heart. I really come with a message today of hope, because my trading journey, was filled with potholes and speed bumps, and I blew out over a dozen accounts. I happen to be probably the worst trader out of anybody here. My emotions get in my way like you don't believe. I look at the P&L. David Wise told me, don't ever shut your P&L off, because the minute I see those green numbers start building up, I want to squeeze my stop or jump out of the trade, and I lose all attention of the technicals. And the technicals are all that matters. And all of that goes out the window when I trade. So this system has really been a godsend for me. In the month of October, across my Apex accounts, I was able to string together $12,826 trading just one contract on my Apex accounts for the month of October. So if I can do it, I assure you, there's nobody in this that's joining us here today that can't do it. So I come with that message of hope. Let me just see if there's any questions here. Does that mean I have to run my PC 24/7? Yeah, Robert. That's a good question, Robert. For the system to work, to function properly, and our tool to really be the most effective, it would require that the drone run 23 hours a day. Okay, because I've learned that there's times of the day, like let's say the London Open, for example, we have several strategies that do really well at about 6 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m., or even the Asian Open at 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. Those trades I showed you earlier on that 8 Unorenko, that was in the Asian session that it capitalized on. So to answer your question, yes, you can get a VPS if you have a good internet connection at home. What our technician does is he changes your sleep settings, and he'll have the system. It just won't go into a sleep mode. You could turn your monitor off, and it'll run in the background, but the system has to be running in order for it to be fully effective. And how do I know what strategies? Well, we go over all of that with you, Robert, in our Discord chat group and on the YouTube Live. NinjaTrader has a very powerful metric, and it's called the trade performance. The trade performance allows you to individually select each and every one of your strategies to see historically how each and every one of them has performed. This is an extremely powerful tool, okay? What it gives you the ability to do, once we set up your workspace, we set it up with a separate SIM account for each and every bot and drone. With the trade performance metric, the trade performance tool, we could see individually how each and every one of the bots or drones trade. Based on that data, we can make an informed decision on which one we want to trade in our live account. Obviously, we're not going to trade a bot or a drone that's been losing. We're going to put our hottest ones, our most profitable ones, in our funded accounts. So it's very easy to know because all of our decisions are data driven. Whichever ones are performing the best or making the most money are the ones that we're going to trade. If you start around, also one last question. You start around 9 a.m. Eastern. That's perfectly fine. What I normally do, Robert, I'm like you. I like to enable, I leave the strategies running overnight. When I get to my desk and I'm ready to start trading, and say at 9:30, what'll happen is it will have on my control center what we refer to as a leaderboard. The leaderboard will show you which ones pre-market are performing the best and what the P&L is. So I'll know, I'll let the market open and I'll watch it from 9:30 to 10. Now this is just how I do it. You don't have to do it this way. You could run it fully automated because the bot and the drone does this automatically. But I kind of like to choose which one of the strategies I want to go with. So by 10 o'clock in the morning, I've made my decision which one I want to go with. And I'll go ahead and I'll put it in that account. And I'll stream on the YouTube live stream. And I'll tell everybody that's in attendance which bot I'm trading right then on my live account. So we're always there to give you the answers on exactly which ones that we're trading. Okay. So I just want to end very briefly and just mention that over the weekend, check out the website. If you go to our website, it's at rightlinetrading.com, and go through our live trading rooms. We have free trials on all of our trading rooms. We're running 50% savings on all of our software, and we have some great Black Friday blowout sales. If you currently have a subscription, cancel it. Buy this new one. We'll add on the time. Don't worry, you won't lose the time that you have remaining. Get in on this Black Friday pricing now. So this way, next year, when it rebills you, you're going to be locked in to Black Friday pricing. If you've been thinking about getting aboard on one of our trading systems, take my word on it. I'm telling you in all sincerity, now is the time to do it. Okay, we've got very powerful trading systems. The Money Flow Tracker, the AI Auto Trader, and our SPY Super System, AKA the Compass Trading System. Same thing. 50% sales. If you're thinking about it, now's the time. Okay, so I want to thank everybody for joining me today. And listen, like my wife always tells me, it's so important to take good care of your health. Health always comes first because we want to spend quality time with the people that we care about the most. Have a blessed weekend, everybody. I hope you decide to come aboard and take advantage of my special offer. Thank you again for your time. Okay, Robert. Have a great weekend. So long, everybody. Oh, one last thing. If I haven't gotten to your question, it's not out of disrespect. I'm respecting everybody's time. Please put your name and your phone number in the chat box. If I haven't gotten to your question, I'm not ignoring you. You may have asked something that I'd rather talk to you on the phone about, something a little more personal. I'll do my best to answer any questions that you have. I'm not a telemarketer, but I'm pretty familiar with how this system works. So if you have any question, please, only I can see it. Put your name and your number in my chat box or the questions box, and I will be happy to give you a call. I hope everybody has a blessed weekend, a great holiday season, and thanks again for joining me today. So long, everybody.